Hello and welcome back to CEO.CA's Inside the Boardroom. My name is James Petham and today I'm joined by Evan Gappelberg, CEO of Nextech3D.ai. Evan, it's great to see you again.
Great to see you, James.
So if we could kick things off, I know it's been a very busy year for Nextech. Can you walk us through some of the key updates that you've delivered this year?
Sure. So 2024 is a little different than 2023. It's really the year of AI. We've been working on AI since 2022. We invested $10 million into our AI technology. We now have patented AI technology that helps us build 3D models. Simply put, AI works really well with our business for AI to help us make 3D models for e-commerce. We also have an AI search engine. A lot of what we do uses AI. I mean, even some of our sister companies, ARway, which I think is a company we'll talk about later. They use AI algorithms to help navigate indoors. But in 2024, AI really has been the big focus for Nextech, using that technology to leverage and scale the production of 3D models for our biggest customer, Amazon, but also for other customers that we're supplying, including Miele, the large home appliance company, including Kohl's, including Bunnings, which is part of the Wesfarmers Group in Australia. We have over 150, probably closer to 200 clients globally that we supply 3D models to. But our business is also expanding, James, beyond just 3D model production. We just actually announced yesterday the launch of our digital photography studio, which uses AI. So if you think about the 3D model, we now offer a bundle where you make the 3D model with Nextech and you bundle that with photography, digital photography of the 3D model that you can then use for your product placement on Amazon, on eBay, on Walmart, on any of the e-commerce sites. So we see that as a massive opportunity to grow our revenue base from our existing customers that are asking us to make 3D models for them. Now it's 3D models plus digital photography. So that's a new development in 2024. I mean, there's lots of other things happening at Nextech. We're always busy, James, working on new technology, but AI is the primary focus to build AI to the point where it can do the majority of the 3D model production. Right now, AI does some of it, but we still have a team in India that does the balance.
Yeah, so interesting to hear about you going beyond just the 3D modeling aspect there, but capturing even more of that e-commerce chain in terms of where are the source files coming from that people are creating these models from, and that venture into photography. I do want to go back to the use of AI and Nextech's applications for it. Can you walk me through? Was there a light bulb moment when you realized that using AI in this process would be transformational? And can you walk me through the journey of how your use of that technology has evolved?
Well, it goes all the way back to 2020 when I was watching one of our 3D modelers make a 3D model. And, it's quite a manual process using Photoshop or Blender, the software of choice for 3D model making. And as I'm watching, I'm realizing that a lot of what they're doing could be automated. And, I took one of my tech gurus to the side, a full stack software developer, and said, hey, psst, can we make this using AI instead of using the person who's sitting there for, a week making a 3D model, excruciating, exacting work that is. And The person's answer was sure, but I'm not an AI expert. Like, I don't know how to program for that. And so it's taken a couple of years, James, to build the team and to really understand what's required to actually, that was, by the way, just before the pandemic. So we had the pandemic, we had a whole different business model here. And so, here we are. It's been a couple of years. We now have the team in-house and we have experts that create AI algorithms on a daily, weekly basis, which mathematical formulas. The other thing that was missing back then was the data set. If you think of AI, it learns off of data. Without the data, it's pretty useless. So we didn't have much data back then to go on to even train the AI. So now we have about 100,000 3D models that we've made in our library. There's tons of data to train the AI. That was a huge, huge breakthrough. It started in 2022 when we landed Amazon and we started mass producing 3D models. And it really accelerated in 2023. And now in 2024, we have a lot of 3D models. And so the AI needs now and feeds off of these 3D models that we make, and it keeps getting smarter and smarter and better and better. And I would say that's like the real big story and the breakthrough is that we now have the data to train the AI to allow it to really scale the production of 3D models for us.
Great, thank you for that that overview, and interesting to hear that you identified this as a key driver for the company even before 2023 when it kind of came into the mainstream. I want to talk about the applications of these models. You work with a lot of e-commerce players, notably Amazon. If an Amazon seller wants to use a 3D model, what's the process for them to adopt your technology, and what do the costs look like?
So the costs, for high volume are around $75 a 3D model, for like 1,000 3D models, that kind of thing. And we do all the work. We basically scrape their website for the existing 2D product photos that they have, and we feed that into our pipeline of production. Some of it's AI, some of it's still human, as I mentioned. And then we produce the 3D model. And then we're able to, because we're a partner with Amazon, load the 3D model onto the Amazon website. And all of that is frictionless and seamless. Once it's loaded onto, Seller Central for Amazon, then the model is part of the Amazon ecosystem. And Amazon actually has a lot of internally developed tech that they use for 3D model visualization, including augmented reality, where you could see it in your space, including a decorator where you could see it in your room. You take a picture of your room and you could drag and drop the 3D model into your room in 3D, not in AR. So you could, again, visualize it. They also have virtual try-on technology. So if we make Amazon sneakers, they're able to put it on your feet using their technology. They also have virtual try-on for clothing. So if you make clothing for Amazon in 3D, you could see it on your body as well. So there's tons of use cases on the Amazon platform for 3D models and visualizations. And ultimately, the shopping experience is getting better and better when you shop from home, because you're able to use these 3D models and the technology to bridge the gap between what it's really going to look like versus what you might imagine it's going to look like. And that reduces returns, increases shoppers' confidence when they're buying. There's as much as a 200% increase in conversions when you have a 3D model versus when you don't. So lots of benefits, and it's really only going to get better from here. From our standpoint, outside of the Amazon ecosystem and inside the Amazon ecosystem, we think that our photography studio is going to really add value, because if you think about it, you have a 3D model and then you're able to make the digital photos. I've created products and hired photographers, and it's cost thousands and taken hours. This is instant. AI, press a button and you're done. And that package of photos are exactly what Amazon requires. So our photography studio is programmed to deliver you photos that automatically get approved by Amazon. If you want the eBay package, you'll get the photos that automatically will be approved for eBay. Same thing for Shopify and all the platforms that are out there.
Oh, very interesting. How are these your new tools being marketed to e-commerce merchants on Amazon?
So far, we're just launching, and we're just targeting our existing customers. And, we already have almost 10,000 photos within just the last, week or two of talking to customers that are in production. As far as the Amazon opportunity, that's something we're just about to launch.
Okay, fantastic. So just to wrap up, Evan, can you give us a sense of what to expect for the remainder of 2024 from Nextech?
Yeah, so on the 3D modeling business, we continue to develop our AI, both on the Toggle platform as well as on ARitize 3D. We're continuing to expand our offerings quite dramatically to increase our revenue. We're talking about previously only making 3D models. Now we make 3D models, plus we have the digital photography, which we just spoke about. We also have a 3D cloud, which is a content management system, or a DAM, digital asset management platform, that essentially hosts all the 3D models and allows them to be viewed for our customers. We charge a monthly fee for that. That's just a subscription. We also offer what's called a configurator, where you can have different colors of the same product in 3D just by clicking a button on your website. That's also a SaaS business. And, we continue to launch more and more and more AI-driven products and subscriptions. If you look at Toggle, Toggle has the mesh library, so it's a 3D model library where you could buy 3D models. That's something we've never offered before. We also offer the ability for you to convert your CAD file into a 3D model and then texture it yourself. And that's something that also works really well for self-serve, as well as for licensing that platform for industries like the jewelry industry. So there's lots of new revenue opportunities based on new products, based on AI, that we've launched and we're in the middle of launching in 2024, and we expect that to start to pay dividends in the quarters in 2024, Q2, Q3, Q4.
Well, it certainly sounds like there's going to be a lot of exciting updates. Thank you so much for joining us today, Evan.
Thank you, James.